Hello, and welcome to the Wayne G. Baszler Library's presentation on MLA Style, which is based on the current 8th edition. This information is very basic, and you are strongly encouraged to contact a librarian if you have any questions. MLA Style is most commonly used for English, humanities, and history, although some instructors may give you a choice of what style you want to use. For students, a basic MLA paper consists of the heading and title on the first page of the paper, the rest of the paper, and works cited. If you do decide or are required to include figures, pictures, or tables, they are usually included within the body of the paper. The paper has your last name and page number in the upper right-hand corner. Then, at the left side of the paper, your full name, the instructor's name, the course name, and the due date. The title of the paper is centered just above the beginning of the text. You can see how the first page should look when finished. Generally, all research papers have 1-inch margins on each side and are double-spaced. MLA allows for any easily readable font and size, but the most commonly used is Times New Roman 12 point. The works cited are a list of sources. Those are those articles, books, websites, interviews, etc. that you used for your paper. A works cited includes the information that's needed for the reader of the paper to find the sources that you used. You include the author, the title, and where it is found, and the date. In an MLA citation, you will use a container, which is a larger whole that contains the source. For example, a poem is a source, and the book of poetry that poem is included in is the container. MLA has a specific order to list all of the information in the reference citation. Author's last name, comma, first name, middle name, initial if available. Next is the title of the source. Use quotation marks around the item such as an article, short story, chapter, or poem, and capitalize the first and all major words of the title. The title of the container, such as the book, magazine or database or website, is in italics with the first and all major words capitalized. Lastly, include the publication information such as publisher, volume, and issue of a magazine or journal. And make sure the date and the page numbers are included if needed. Here are examples of a book and a journal article with all of the information. Notice that the first line is at the left margin and all other lines are indented. This is called a hanging indent. For other sources, there will be additional information that's needed. Please look at the MLA Citation Guide information on the library's webpage for more examples. For in-text citations, include the author's name. Add the page numbers for a direct quote and closely paraphrased information. You can introduce the author in the text of your paper. Follow the name by a publication year in parentheses. If you are quoting, then include the page number in parentheses followed by a period. You can also put the author's last name and page number if a direct quote or paraphrase is at the end of the information. Many of the library's online databases will have examples of how to cite any item inside in several different styles. There are also many types of citation generators. There is nothing wrong with using the examples as a starting point, but always double check to make sure that the information is correct. The accuracy of the reference citation is the responsibility of the writer, not any electronic method. In addition to your instructor, the librarians and staff at the Learning Center, these resources will help you with any questions you may have about MLA style and references. As always, you can get help from the librarians by visiting the library, calling, chatting, or emailing. You may also make an appointment for one-on-one assistance.